lay out everything so girly. It's not fitting for guys. So and you guys don't like pin or saved images. So you don't know where to go when in terms of finding your own style. Maybe go to a physical store like IKEA to get inspiration. So there's inspiration gap, okay? And then there's second persona which you guys might also fall into is 30 years old, you know your style. You have a couple of furniture that you want to put in the room, but then you don't know how it will look like. Would it look like a mess, or it's really difficult to visualize it, but you know some kind of style. Oh, you're minimalist, or I like the color brown or dark, okay? The problem for him is, one, it's a visualization challenge because it's difficult to visualize it. And then second thing, probably he is the renters, meaning that he doesn't own the home, so he doesn't want to change a lot, clear a wall or repaint. He just wants a minimal additions furniture. And then he wants instant gratification because we're all young people and we want to immediately show whether this furniture works or not. Okay, but we don't want to pay for expensive furniture. Basically, the target audience sum up like the total address market you guys really love to ask is about 2 million people in the US. Renters fall in this category, and it's male. Okay, and it's first time designing the room and no idea or have little idea, but they in general very difficult to visualize it. So this is a mobile first, very easy to use for first time users. So for all the girls out there like who are really into design, this app is not for you. It's for guys that difficult to visualize it and they want easy to use and instantly they get ideas. Okay? Phase 2 is mainly for girl homeowners who really dive into designing their own home. Okay, so this is the end of the. Let me show you how it actually works. Okay. You guys see it? Because of limitation, we didn't have a very fancy design. Basically, after login, you will see this dashboard. Basically, we'll ask you to upload 2 photos. One photo is the furniture that you have in mind. Maybe you see it in IKEA or you see it in a magazine. The second photo is a room. It can be empty room or it can be a room that has a couple of furniture. And then we'll ask you the room type, whether it's a living room or bedroom or toilet, kitchen, you need to tell us. And then room style, what kind of style we have, a drop-down menu for you to choose from, but you also can type it the way that you would like if you know what kind of style you're looking for. Okay, so once you insert this photo, which is here, we're looking for inspiration, how to make this more socialized space for people to have events, right? And then so we upload this photo and see what happens. So we adopt the Bumble or dating app. We want to also make it fun. So we use the left if we don't like it, and then if we like it. For demonstration purpose, we just use a simple tick, but eventually we want to make a smiley face or ugly face, so having emoji to express your emotion when seeing this design. Let's say for this time, we don't like it. This is ugly, this is not my style. And then this is white, I don't like it, so what happened? We will prompt you when we receive 2 dislike, then we'll prompt you, ask you a question. Tell us a bit more about why you don't like this photo, what you're looking for. So give us a bit more so that we can get the image closer than you want. And then, so after you respond, then let's say that you can click yes, this is what we like, or I like, you guys like, and then this is the design. So this is a very simple first step when you want to design your room, when you have basically some furniture and you just want look inspiration for style. And eventually what I want, but for the time being we couldn't prototype it, is there's a camera. It's an AR. Basically what we want to do, implement is you provide us a furniture, let's say a chair, and then you see in IKEA, you take a photo, and then you go to your home or your room, you can immediately visualize it. in front of you. So then it's like visualization, AR experience that you can visualize immediately whether it fits. So the whole experience is from figure out your style, inspirations, uploading the furniture and the room photo, to having an AR camera guiding you. So actually in the room, you can put the things in front of you and seeing what's happening. And of course you can, the part is that you can save the images that you see that we generated and provided, things post that you like. And then this is just a virtual assistant that, let's say I want to provide you more details. This is not what I'm getting in, can select the virtual assistant. So this is a very simple MVP that I want to solve 20 to 30 years old male that who is the first time designing their own room or apartment. This is a tool for them to get started. Yeah. What else? Did I miss anything? Oh yeah, the logic flow. Let me see. Yeah, this is the AR thing that I mentioned, the camera. Basically, that this is the furniture that you would upload, and then this is the AR camera that you can immediately see in front of you. This is the feature that basically gives the instant gratification. Oh, you can immediately see it, whether to visualize it. Okay, and then this is another example where you upload the empty room and then immediately generate this photo to allow you to visualize it, whether you like the style or not. And this is the emojis that I would like to add so that it gamify the experience, because a lot of apps out there or even website is very complicated. It's lots of tools, lots of features. What make us this solution apart is that we're very targeted to first-time user, just able to visualize immediately and then able to use it very easy, simple.
And just to add a little bit of the business and how do you monetize over time. So this is a larger and further out phase, but potentially if you're coming to us and you don't have any furniture in mind, you need inspiration, essentially we give you a list of furniture ideas in the space, right? And then this essentially links back to companies that are providing this. And basically what this is affiliate marketing, where we're helping companies sell products by bringing people to the door as leads that don't have an idea but are looking for a product that maybe fits what the company sell. So when we make those sales, essentially we can take some fees potentially in between that as making that referral for that sale. So that's a potential business and monetization strategy.
Another second one could be ads. We allow ads to be displayed in our app because it's free and people don't mind reading ads. It's give and take, right? It's a free app, so that we'll feed relevant furniture-related ads and home decorations to in the business.
Can I ask a quick question?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do I understand right? Do you charge the companies that sell the furniture, as you said, the fees, like when you actually buy the furniture? For example, if I want to buy some furniture for my room, I'm not sure what I'm buying. I'm just taking a picture of the room, and do you suggest the furniture and like the layout, as I understand? And when I'm using this app, as I understand, for free. Is the potential revenue coming from the companies that sell the furniture, or from me? Who's the end consumer who provides you with the revenue?
So there are interesting ways that people do this charge. For example, Peerspace is a company that is a marketplace, and what they do is they connect people to spaces. So they charge the person renting the space, and then they also charge the person that is renting out the space. So they charge both sides of the marketplace for the transaction that closes. Other companies, sometimes like Airbnb, would only necessarily charge on the amount that the guest is paying up front. So there's only one charge technically to the entire transaction. So it really depends, right? You can come up with deal structures where you approach manufacturers or sellers of products and say, we're going to be bringing you traffic. We're not necessarily worried about closing the deal, but if we brought you X amount, essentially, could you give a referral bonus? And a lot of companies already have a system in place through affiliate marketing, so that's one.
I think one of the things that we're trying to solve is that this is the actual pain point for lots of young male, and we can use this group to talk to a lot of these traditional furniture shops to try to survive. Because a lot of furniture, beside IKEA, where do you usually shop, right? But there's actually a lot of local, small shops, SME enterprises. We can go to them like, hey, these are the audience that you want to target. I think if they don't want to, we can use referral models. Like for each furniture that they sell, we have a referral code. We can take 10%. This is one. The second one is like branded content. We can put the furniture. Eventually, if we build it out, we can put the furniture like for suggested furniture that they can actually visualize it. So there's more exposure, product exposure within the app. So there's different ways to monetize it.
If you don't mind, I actually see potential issue because you're at the same time as suggestion app at the same time as a marketplace. The problem is that when the person actually takes a photo, he wants to know what's the best furniture for specific buildings, for specific rooms, right? And you have to actually choose and provide the best one. The thing is, like when you actually, if you're transactional based in terms of, for example, if the furniture, sell the furniture to the person and you, for example, take 10 or 5% of the cut of the transaction, there's a potential for a conflict of interest because the companies that you work with, they provide you the fees, and IKEA wouldn't even know about you for the first time, but maybe IKEA's furniture is actually better in terms of or the companies that are the other side that is not actually paying the fee would be better in this case scenario, but in your database you have only the ones that actually pay the fee. So there could be like the potential issues with this conflict of interest. How would you actually tackle that?
Yeah, it could be just very simple, like 10% referral code, and then the referrals come to us. If, let's say that you have, it's very easy, like maybe banner, and then, come to this shop, and then we will, if you use this referral code, then 10%. It's much like the influencer model, where you refer a product to your audience, and if that audience go to that company to purchase, then you get a cut. So basically, this could be a potential similar model, but I would say that it could be based on AI model. We don't push product to the users. We think where it's appropriate, then we provide suggestions. If they have a choice to not like it, it's your option, right? And then we can have remarks, this is a sponsored content, something like that, so that the users are aware of.
Okay.
Yeah.
And to add on a little bit, I guess we don't always have to push like the people who are paying content onto the actual design screen. It could be more of like the furniture idea where it's here are the furnitures that you can test in the environment versus like us giving the furniture itself in the inspiration designs. It's more of, hey, these are furnitures that other people are selling, why don't you try it in the design kind of thing versus
or even I'm not sure whether it's relevant, but they have a rental model. Let's say that you're not sure to buy this really expensive furniture, but you can rent it for, let's say, 7 days, and you can return it, and then we can make it easier for people to try it out in the room. There's different thousands of different business model that we can try it out. I think the challenge would be how do we onboard the user? Is it the real pain point that is it sizable? These are the things that we need to continue to.
Also, I think the consensus here would be the ad, right? If you target the audience of the young males who actually rent, I think it's that you rent and buy a home happens once, right? I think, by the way, you don't have to actually live in just rent the apartments. You can go to the housing. I'm passionate about the real estate industry and implementing tech in the real estate industry. It's my whole thing. So you can actually implement it into houses, and there's actually more challenge in terms of the furniture and the layouts, and then the housing market, or the residential market, and even from the just people like who wants renting. I can tell you that 20-year-old, they don't care how their room will look like after a few months of living over there, because first they want something very stylish, something very cool, and then you come in a few months and it's all like garbage all around over there. There's a laptop over there, there's an eaten burger, their clothing is everywhere. You can potentially not only target the younger audience, you can actually target the residential real estate. But the thing that I see is you buy or rent, especially you buy once, you do the layout, you do the furniture, and then you technically don't have a use case for this app. Like you did the layout, right? So you just live over there for many years. So most of the people do 30-year fixed mortgage, maybe finance on average for 7 to 8 years. Within the high interest environment rate that we have, it probably would be 10 to 12 years. So yeah, it is in terms of consistency, how you actually will tackle this issue.
This is the third use case because a homeowner and renters are very different user behavior. So then because if you're a homeowner, you have to work out the measurements, the plan out, you actually want to move it around. It's much more tools that you need that we want to build out, but this is an MVP version, so that's why you scope it in. And I think that definitely for homeowners, there's a demand. Like me, example, I actually have the home and then I like to rearrange every 6 months. So it's based on different personas, like for male and family, maybe they just don't have much time, they like to set it this way and then it's forever. But actually for some persona, like for myself, I like to move around, I like to continuously update the furniture, so then there's a demand also, and especially these days, real estate, you flip it or like rental, you want to make it nicer. So then you calculate how to bit like budget conscious as well, like how do you make it nicer before selling it, right? So this could be potentially a good tool for like a seller to sell higher, and this could be a very useful tool for them to make it nicer and make it more high price. But that would be, we need to build a much more sophisticated tools to those homeowners. I think their needs are much more sophisticated and complicated, and we need different tools to use it.
Okay.
Yeah, and there are a lot of different tools out there in the market right now. So if we want to target those, then we need to make it more even user-friendly, simple to use.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you on the fact that the business, people that make money off designing could really use this. We know people that do Airbnb here, and the biggest thing that they learned is that the differentiating factor between an Airbnb that makes $100,000 a year and an Airbnb that makes $30,000, same exact place, same exact location, is what's inside of it.
Yeah.
And the budget's one thing; it costs a lot of money to furnish an apartment, thousands, $20,000, $30,000. So paying a couple thousand for a service like this is pretty cheap. But people do it. People pay people on Fiverr, people pay people abroad to design, create mood boards, create a shopping list. So if AI could do this,
that is eventually our idea, that we want to replace the interior designer, their job, but it will be a bit difficult, I know, but that's what I want. I want a virtual, I don't want to spend like $10,000 to hire an interior designer to design. I want to have a tool. I don't mind paying like $1,000, $2,000, just like you said, to make my place much nicer, right? But then, yeah, the gap is either I pay a lot or I do it on my own. There's like no middle, and I think I hope to find this middle sweet spot that the market opportunities are.
This is a young male.
Yeah. Let's say I'm currently 24, so I am one of your audience, right?
Yeah.
And let's say, for the sake of the argument, I'm a male influencer. I'm an Instagram model. And I want my room to be pink. In a possible future extension of this, how can you assure that your product recommends me a certain theme, like Christmas, a Halloween, or pink room theme?